Hello friends, so I'm looking at this map that I have that shows in red how many of the streets I've already covered here in Hapeville, and I'm noticing that the northeast corner up there of Forest Hills Drive, Maple Street, Moreland Way, I haven't covered that, so I'm thinking I'm gonna drive over there and let's take a look at it. So we're here at Old Jonesboro Road and North Avenue, so I figured there's a tiny little piece of North Avenue down here at the end where it dead ends. We'll go check that out. I'll show you that and then go down the street from there. I'm pretty sure I've already covered all of these homes. This is 407 right here behind the trees. And we're coming up to the intersection of Forest Hill and North Avenue. So we're at dead ends here. You guys will remember many years ago, before you guys were even born, the entirety of North Avenue from Stewart all the way over to where this dead end is now, it was called Waters Street. But of course, it's been North Avenue forever. Barton Drive is on this side. We'll see that as we come back the other side. But here we are on North Avenue. Look how beautiful that home is. Well kept, 377. So beautiful. It's a nice little dead end avenue down here. I came walking down here one time and a guy across the street here at like 374, he came out and was yelling. He was so upset that I was filming. Here's 373, the yellow one. 371. But yeah, anytime anybody drives down here, they must be like, why are you down here? This is a dead end. 369. Look at that big magnolia tree here in the yard of 367. But it's very private down here now. 365. But before the highway, well, not before the highway, 363 is here. But you see, it's a cul-de-sac. But there used to be a bridge here that you could just drive across. And from what I understand, that's how you all got over to the Kmart that was on Cleveland. But look, you can see the highway down there, sort of. But yeah, it used to go all the way through, but it hasn't since the 60s. Here we are. This is, I don't know what number this is, I can't tell. This is number 368, this brick house, the fence around the yard. Can't see the number on that. 370. There's a mid-century modern looking style there at 372. That's probably 374. Can't see it until I get by the box. Doesn't say. Yep, 374. And then here on the corner of Barton, this would be 376. Yep. So Barton Drive is just a short little street. Oh, there's kids playing down there. I'm not going to go down. They're playing in the road. It'll just be strange to go down that way. Found an article from the 40s when the city was working on making sidewalks, which, as you can see in most of the town, it's still not a thing. Here's 382. Someone down on Barton was very displeased with the fact that the city was trying to charge residents for their sidewalks in front of the house. And the idea was, you know, if they spread out the cost to all the residents, that we would have sidewalks. But he did not like that and sued the city. I'm not sure if he won or not. Here's a couple. Here's 3257 Forest Hills and 3253. 6 years ago, this lot was empty, but these two houses were built a few years ago. Here's 375 Walnut. Tiny, cute little house. All right. So now we're going straight down Forest Hills. Let me roll this window down. I might as well capture these while we're at it. There's 3238. And then we're passing by Dorsey Road, which I haven't gone down Dorsey, I don't think. Here's 3230. I missed that one behind. 3230. 3233. 3226. 3227. 3224. I can't tell the number of that one. 3225. 3220 with a little kitty laying out on the porch. And there's Grady Place, which I need to go down, and I will eventually. And there's 3216. And then here's Dorsey Road, where it kind of goes up in a little dead end. I've never been up in there, and it's kind of tight, so I'm not going to go up in there. What is that? 32? I can't tell. The one next to it's 3205. And then we're coming down to the curve here. Well, there's a house up on the hill. That's 3200. Can't see it very well, but there it is. There it is. And then we're at the curve here. The creek goes down through there over to the industrial area. This is 3199 Forest Hills, right on the corner. And then we have this row going all the way up. 3188. 3186. 84, I would imagine. And there's 3180 something. There was a family sitting outside that was like, why are you recording our house? 3180. I know it always looks weird. 3178. 3176. 3172. I think they just fixed that one up to sell. 3168. 3164. 3160. And all of these, 3156, their backyards back up to Commerce Drive right behind. 3152. And I think Commerce Drive is, you can see it between the houses. I think you guys have told me that was a potato chip something or other. Is that where you all would like park? 3140. 3136. I was wondering if that's like where you all would go to park for privacy. 3132 is for sale. 3128. 3124. 3120. And then we're coming up to Hapeville city limits. 3116 is right here in Atlanta. I'll just turn around on Mount Zion Road. There's 3112 right here on the corner. A few weeks ago, I'll show you when I turn around here. Here's the intersection. Wow, look at that. Did you see that? That is a stop sign, y'all. Had I not been paying attention, holy monkey, he would have rammed right into me. This is Mount Zion Road. I mean, that was crazy. Thank God I saw that coming. There's the Hapeville city limits sign, and then we're gonna turn right on Moreland over here. Oh, so what I was gonna show you is that big old tree fell a couple weeks ago, and it happened to fall directly on our mail carrier's truck and crushed his truck in the spot that he would have been sitting but he got out of the car, thank goodness, and was delivering mail when the tree fell on his car. So here is 209 Moreland. And here's Moreland Park. You will all remember Moreland Park. In the summertime, it has a lot more activity. Now 215, I'm going to tell you about 215 as I drive by. I'm going to get over into the shade. I found an article about 215. Back in 1976, in November of 1976, Edward Paul Huggins and his wife Brenda Diane Huggins, they owned this house. Brenda Diane had a sister, Mrs. Shirley Rayleigh. Mrs. Shirley Rayleigh came over to the house while Brenda and Edward, they were going out, or they were not at home for some reason, but Brenda asked her sister, Shirley, to come over and to babysit their son, the Huggins son. His name was Edward Rainey Huggins. He was about to turn 3 on December the 8th. Well, Shirley came over to babysit him, and she brought her son, Junior Eugene Rayleigh, who was 2. So Shirley and her nephew and her son, they were both 2 years old, were in this house. The kids were playing with some newspapers over the grates. You remember how the old houses had the heating grates in the ground, in the floor? Well, they were playing with newspapers over this, and the natural gas furnace caught the newspapers on fire. Shirley got out, but the 2 babies ran into the bathroom and they suffocated from smoke inhalation. Sad story, but Hapeville stories are Hapeville stories, and that's one of them. And that happened at 215. I often wonder if the people that live there have any idea. I would seriously doubt that they do. This is 219 Moreland. We'll just go up Moreland. This is 225. 231, 235, 239. These are all very small houses on this side. A lot of rentals now, I think. 243. It's hard to see this one with the cars in the way, but that's 247. 251. There's a car waiting for me to come by up here. 255. Sorry, I'm going so slow. 257. Because here in Hapeville, we don't have any street parking regulations. 261, and so that car had to wait for me because he couldn't get by. 265 has a sad story. My friend Stacia bought this home in 2019. In 2020, the pandemic started, but at the same time, she found out she had breast cancer. That was 4 years ago. She died in July. 269. So the last 4 years she spent in that house, unfortunately, were not happy ones. All the years she spent in that house. There's 275. 270. I couldn't catch the number on that one. Here on the corner is 285. Ooh, it's warm. Can't see the number on that one. 295 it looks like. Yep. 295. 305 right here. 307. That's a duplex. 311. Oh, that's a duplex as well. 311 and 313. 317. 321. 325. 329. Normally, I walk. So this is probably, that's 329. That was 333. So it goes a little quicker when I drive. 335. But today it's too warm to cover this much space. 347. 349, a new build. 351. 353, and we are coming up to the stone house owned by Kate. Oh, I can't remember her last name, but you will all definitely remember the stone house. So I'm going to go so you can see the front of it and then turn around and go down the other side of Moreland. But she put her name in the sidewalk somewhere. Gosh, there's a new piece there. Did they take it out? I'm going to have to walk by here. Oh, I hope they didn't take out where Kate had put into the sidewalk, Kate's Corner. Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to look at my old video, I think. I don't know why they would have done it. This is 3088 Old Jonesboro Road. And it used to say out here, Kate's Corner. And she wrote a date and everything from when she and her husband built the house. Why would they have taken that out? Well, that disappoints me. Well, I'm glad. I think I got a picture or a video of it at some point, hopefully. I'll be darned. Moreland Way and Old Jonesboro Road is where we are. I can't remember Sarah Kate was her name. I forget her last name off the top of my head, but Sarah Kate and her husband brought all these stones up from Fayette County to build this house back in the late 40s. And, wow, that really shocks me that they did that. All right, we're back down to the Forest Hills end and coming up the other side, starting at 200. We're right here next to the park. There's 204. 208. 210 probably. No, 214. And this one is 218. 224. There's 230. Tiny little house. 234. 238. 242. 246. What is that? 250, the blue one. 254. This one's been renovated. 256. 260. Right there, the white one. 264, the red one. This one's still got all the grates on the windows. 266, I think. Back from when Hapeville was a little questionable. 274, and people were worried about crime. They put bars on their windows. 278 is the green one. And right here at the corner of 5th Street is 284. And now we're crossing 5th Street. We got 290, the brick one. 294. And then we've got 298, but you can't really see it because it's behind trees there. And this one is not on the mailbox. Oh, there it is, 304. Can't really see that much from the street. What is that, 306, 308. So all of these on Moreland, I would guess, would have been, that's 314, like much of Hapeville. Early mid 40s. And what's interesting is that one up on the hill is 324. this whole area, 332, when it was developed in like 1938, 1939, it was called Moreland Park. And I suppose technically it still is. There's 334, 336. Here's 346, a duplex, A and B. And then this one, I think, is an address for Old Jonesboro. Oh yeah, this faces Old Jonesboro Road. And that is it. That is Moreland, here in Moreland Park. And now we're going south on Old Jonesboro Road. And 10 of the homes along Old Jonesboro, right along on the right-hand side here in the 3100s, they were the original model homes of Moreland Park back in the day. But that's it for the day. Create yourselves a great day. Bye.